Hello everyone, Martin here, back with another Legacy video. And back playing Turbo Doomsday. Been on and off wanting a green splash, but ultimately decided to go for the green splash. I think all in all it does improve the scam matchup slightly, although I think we're still pretty big underdogs. But I do think it improves the blue control matchups as well, which I think is important. Kai Sawatari, my good Doomsday buddy, has convinced me to play 2 Night's Whisper, and I've so far been pretty happy with those. Yeah, well, this is a pretty fast list. We have 5 cyclers, 2 personal tutor, 3 Lotus Petal. No Cabal Ritual. I would ideally play 1, but I'm not sure what to cut, so I want to be on 4 Dazes because I think Daze is pretty important right now because of Bowmasters and just being able to like punish turn 2 tap out and turn 1 tap outs by opponents. For the sideboard, I want these 6 creatures. I'm not sure if the setup is exactly correct, if 3/3 is the correct split or like 2 and 4 or something else. Ideally, probably I would like a couple of copies of Shouldered, but I'm not sure how to fit them in. No Emrakul Shelldog Isle. But so the way we beat blue control decks is to have like the green cards that are really good against them have some number of these troublesome creatures that annoy their Uro plan and their drawing cards plan, and we have 1 Abrupt Decay to put in the pile and beat a dress down. So this loses to them having Veil of Summer as well, but you know it's a little bit of a puzzle, and you can't, I don't think, beat everything. But lately, the Shelldog Isle Emrakul plan has been like kind of rough because those control decks tend to keep in Leyline Binding, which just Leyline binds Emrakul, or they play a couple of Wastelands, they play Teferi, so it's quite a few things going against it. But that being said, I think you can still like play Emrakul Shelldog and have it be fine. Yeah, Forces of Negation to hedge against like Stompy decks, another combo. And 1 Tormod's Crypt to bring in against endurance decks that aren't sort of blue, I was going to say, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, to bring in against the endurance decks to exile our own graveyard. All right, I think that's it for the deck tech. Let's see how the league goes. Alrighty, on the draw with this serviceable hand. So let's keep it. It's a little bit sort of stuck on these 2. Like 2 Edge of Autumns is probably 1 too many. If this is Chalice, I think I probably have to fight over it. Yeah. But that sucks because I also think like our Edge of Autumns is not gonna do a lot in a matchup with Chalice of the Void unless it's exactly 8 cast. But yeah, Dark Ritual would be great. Wrong dark card, wrong black card starting with D. It looks like it is 8 cast. Sigh. Okay. I'm not gonna. Well, I can't do anything here, but there is the Hail Mary cast Veil of Summer just to cycle it and hope to draw like a Daze or something. But I don't think like Emery I'd be really upset about because then they just replay the Chalice next turn. Sai is like long term is also a problem. So they have 2 cards, no baubles. Wonder if their last 2 cards is Force Blue card. I wonder if I'm supposed to cycle the Veil there. Okay, Delta is good. So I think I'm gonna, like, depending on what happens this turn, I'm gonna cycle Veil if they play a blue card. And hope to hit a land, and then we can Doomsday and just win. And if they have the Force, then we have a second Doomsday to go off next turn. Okay, is this Kappa Cannoneer? I kind of hope it is. Looks like it is. Because that means their last card isn't Force. Okay, so how does this work? You can tap a blue and 1. And they don't have open blue mana, so they can't even like draw a single card. So if there's a land in the top 2 cards here, we should just win. But yeah, we'll see. If there's not, then we probably lose next turn. Or at least there's a chance of that. Okay, so I have to fetch Bayou here to cycle this Veil because we need to be able to make black, black, black. Brainstorm. Okay, I'm gonna brainstorm here and hope there's a blue card in the sorry, a land or a dark ritual in the top. It can be a lotus petal in the top 3 cards. Oh wow. That's so rough. So rough. Okay. Well, I mean, let's so we can still like draw consider and then we can cast it, and if there's a dark ritual beneath the Doomsday, we still get to just win right now, but if there's not, then it's annoying. We're still not out of it. They only have 1 card. Wow, what draws? Oops, hang on. Oh, I was supposed to play the Cavern. And that was a punt. Unbelievable. That many looks? That's rough. So now they can start like drawing cards with this Sai. They can draw 3. They have 3 open blue mana. Okay, looks like they're at least giving up on one of them to make the big dude. I mean, also we can like, if we Edge of Autumn as things are right now and find a dark ritual, then we still can just win. But we are sort of running out of time here. We probably need to hit a land right now or a dark ritual. Land in the top, like top card being land or dark ritual as the second from the top. Calm the fuck on. Jesus. Okay, so what's our biggest hope here? I think maybe it's casting Night's Whisper? Yeah, let's just say name wizard. Okay. And let's cast Night's Whisper and hope they had a dark ritual. Yes. Okay. Okay. Sweet. So we're going to be at 1, so we can't cycle a Street Wraith, but I think we just get there anyways, unless they are able to find a force in like the top 2 cards. Okay, so Edge of Autumn into a Petal. Edge of Autumn into Brainstorm. No, that means we will need a Street Wraith cycled, so that's no good. So we can Edge of Autumn into, excuse me, into LED. And then second Edge of Autumn into Consider, whole priority, sack the LED. For blue, we'll draw the Consider. We will bin whatever a card and draw Thassa, and then there will be 1 card left in the deck. Yeah, I think that's just the way it's going to have to be. There's not even a world where we get to like Force of Will because we'll be at 1. So yeah, Edge into LED, Edge into Consider, bin, Street Wraith, draw Thassa with 2 blue mana floating. I'm going to try that and hope they aren't able to get to Force of Will. Okay, Veil on the bottom, then Thassa, then Street Wraith, then LED, then Consider, and then LED. Also hope they aren't like sitting on a, I don't know, what do you call it? Oh, hang on. Please. Please let this just be a draw, not like a Hull Breacher or something obscene. Okay. So they draw their 1 card, and now they can draw 1 more with the Lotus Petal. Yep. And we're gonna get to cycle this, and then we'll see if they found something to do here. Well, LED's in play. Is it in? Yep. All right, cool. That was very much by the seat of our pants. Okay, so I think we want Orcish Bowmasters. You could argue for Voidwalker just because it messes up Emery, but I don't think it's good enough. And I think a lot of the time, like they just like having a creature plan against this deck crumbles as soon as they find their first Urza Saga because like every token they make, every construct is a like 7/7 to 11/11, you know, in that range. Which then you could argue why even bring in the Bowmasters, which is, well, I mean, they do draw a lot of cards, and that is one avenue towards getting at them here. And I don't mind not being able to go quite as fast. I think I want to probably cut Personal Tutor. Going below 20 blue cards is a little bit, ugh. I don't know. Maybe the third Veil, although obviously, whoops. All right, so on the draw here, of course. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Opponent mulligans to 6. Kind of not happy to see a Chalice on 1, but this hand still sort of plays against that. We have the Doomsday already, and we have a very good 2-drop. 2 CMC spell. Looks like they do have the Chalice. So our Veil and our Brainstorm is off, so be it. We do have the one Abrupt Decay, but, you know, not holding high hopes. Oh, and there's Force of Will. One turn too late. Okay, so this Force of Will is on, like, power through Doomsday mode. I don't think there's really any card that I would force now, unless they have some Haymaker, like a Karn, or a Hull Breacher, or, I don't know. Chalice on 0, obviously not something I'm gonna worry about. Okay. Thoughtcast. Okay. I mean, that's good for them, but again, I think like the plan here is to resolve Doomsday very, very shortly and hopefully just win. So they know what we're drawing. Don't think I care. There's a land. That's very good. I think I will probably Night's Whisper here. So let's see. If we don't Night's Whisper, we pass the turn. Next turn, we fetch down to 18, Doomsday down to 9. How big can their dude be? They will have one. They can have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with what they tutor up. So 2 constructs, the thing they tutor up, and the 2 artifacts already in hand. So that's fine, I think. Just trying to work out if like going. So like Night's Whisper takes us from 18 to 16 when we resolve Doomsday. That actually could be relevant here, and we kind of have everything we need. So I think I'm okay not casting it here. And if they want to make a construct, they probably don't get to do a lot this turn. Okay, so that makes it a 6/6. So they would need 3 artifacts. 2 if I end up forcing. All right, let's go. Lotus Petal wouldn't be a bad draw here. A Force of Will is, well, I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so this is going to be close, I think. They didn't deploy any non-land artifacts last turn. I wonder if that's because they aren't holding any. They can get Pithing Needle and name Edge of Autumn, which probably ends us here. Okay, what's this? Metallic Rebuke? Oh, Mindbreak Trap. Yeah, that's okay. So this means they aren't making a construct, which completely changes everything here. Let's see if they have more. If they have another trap that's not on right now. Okay, so I think actually because they can get the they can get the thing. They can get Pithing Needle. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast Night's Whisper next turn, and I'm gonna draw All right, so I'm gonna get I'm gonna cast Night's Whisper. I'm gonna draw Oracle and a fetch land, and then I'm gonna fetch and protect it all with Force of Will. That means I'm gonna put the 2 Edge of Autumns in the pile. So if they look through my exile zone, they'll see there are 2 Edge of Autumns or no Edge of Autumns missing. They'll be incentivized to get Pithing Needle and name Edge of Autumn. We just don't want them to name Misty Rainforest. I'll be at 8. I can force down to 7. Night's Whisper down to 5. Fetch down to 4. So yeah, let's try this. Yep. All right, let's go. So 2 counter spells next turn from them is going to be good enough. I think that's an okay spot to be. Okay, looks like they're making a friend. So I mean, basically, if they name Misty Rainforest, we lose. If they name anything else, yeah, okay. I named Street Wraith. That's interesting. But Spire of Industry, yeah. Doesn't matter how big this gets this turn because it's summoning sick. Okay. Oh, I miscalculated. I get to draw one of the Edge of Autumns. I guess I could have put in, I don't know, like another days or something. Not sure it'll end up mattering. Yeah, I wasn't factoring in the card I draw for my draw step. Like, yeah. All right. We can even empty the pile then, because we put in Edge of Autumn and they named Street Wraith. Which is good if they actually are sitting on like Counterspell plus Dismember or something, like Metallic Rebuke and Dismember. Okay, so if they have a second Mindbreak Trap, which would be their 3rd Mindbreak Trap, they actually get us. Is there a reason? I mean, I can daze this unless somehow they can make a mana that I'm not considering, so I think I'm actually just going to force. I don't think there's a card that makes them a mana that's in their deck, but now 3rd Mindbreak Trap is live. Okay, they didn't have it. Sweet. All right, off to winning start. Cool. Let's go for round number 2. All right, round number 2 on the draw with a pretty sweet hand. Gonna keep opponent mulligans to 6 meanwhile. This hand plays through Chalice for 1 pretty neatly. Has protection for turn 1 shenanigans. Ooh, Goblin Welder. That's not nice. That's that means Painter is close by. And more importantly, it means Grindstone is close by. This is Engineer. I'm just gonna let it resolve. Oh, Painter Servant, sure. If they name Blue, that means we can pitch other stuff than Personal Tutor to... Oh, no. Oh, I thought I clicked through my turn here. Yikes. Okay, so I am going to... I'm going to cast Doomsday here, and we will have to see how we do. They have 3 cards in hand only, so like let's assume at least one of those is a red blast. So we'll need the force. So let's put Thassa, an Edge of Autumn, Street Wraith, a land we can fetch with one of our fetch lands, and probably a second edge. So wait, so we draw Edge of Autumn, cycle it into Street Wraith, cycle it into Edge of Autumn, fetch, trop, cycle that into the Thassa. Yeah. I mean, I don't think we need to play that much around damage. We could replace the one edge with a Street Wraith and not get mucked up by land. But that, like, this is like if they red blast one of our lands, we still are able to do what we want, so it should be fine. Okay, so Trop on the bottom, then Thassa, then the cyclers. And so if they cast Grindstone, we have to force. If they then red blast that, then that's a mana they don't have. But they could still then just no, they would need like the most I think mana they can accelerate here is if they have Ancient Tomb. So if they have like Grindstone, make your land drop Ancient Tomb, then they have the win. But that we have force to break that up. And okay, well, looks like oh, that was in their upkeep for some reason. They had a pause there. Never mind. If they have like Lotus Petal, Ancient Tomb, Grindstone, then we lose because they can weld the thing. Okay. Soul Guide Lantern, not terribly scary. Probably only swing with Painter Servant now. They want to be able to like use their welder, but I don't think it's going to be an issue. I think we should just win here with the force backup. They would need to have like Red Blast, Spirit Guide, which obviously is not impossible, right? So we draw the Thassa here, and I'm gonna just play the fetch land and play the Oracle here in case they have like Lightning Bolt. They want to tap that out to kill Oracle once it's in play. Okay, so there is a Red Blast. Let's force pitch Polluted Delta. Okay, that's enough. All right, cool. That was nice to get game one here. So I think Orcish Bowmasters is a maybe. Is it though? Like it kills Goblin Welder, doesn't kill Goblin Engineer, doesn't kill Painter. Dothy Voidwalker is pretty cool, but again, like I think I said in the deck tech, or if I didn't, then it's a point worth making. Is like if they're an Urza Saga deck, then the Voidwalker plan is kind of null and void once they find their Saga, unless they're on like really low life total, because they'll just make bigger constructs and outrace you. So I think probably we can cut the Veils, even though if they make everything blue actually, but I'm not sure they're going to do that. But all right, I feel okay cutting the personal tutors. I feel okay cutting Peak. Then it's 18 cards. Maybe we keep in one Peak. Maybe we cut like a Cycler or two. So we have room for 4 cards here. I think actually it's just going to be the Dothies and an Abrupt Decay. Okay, I think we keep this, although it's on the sort of light side of lands. Oops. All right, well, let's hope they can't like turn to us. Why wouldn't you just also have that? All right, well, I mean, let's brainstorm here, see if we can spike Force of Will. We need them to also not have Red Blast. I mean, what am I drawing towards here? I mean, yeah, this we have to let this resolve. And if they have a Spirit Guide or another Petal, we're just dead. Let's see if they name blue. That's actually pretty interesting. They do name blue, so Veil of Summer is sort of a thing. Okay, let's grab a Bayou here. And let's so let's say we draw Doomsday off of this Edge of Autumn. Then we should be able to cobble together a win, but it has to be Doomsday. Let's try and cycle. We can also hope to hit like the one of Abrupt Decay. Oh, there's a Street Wraith. I mean, let's cycle that. Oh, holy smokes. Well, I think I'm actually gonna Dark Ritual here and probably. So it's between casting Night's Whisper to like recoup some of the disadvantage here, or Dauthi Voidwalker. If we play Voidwalker and they have a Red Blast, then they just Red Blast it on the way out, and we've sort of gotten nowhere. I think I'm gonna Night's Whisper. I'd like to hit a second land. Oh, there's Doomsday. Well, let's kill the painter. Unfortunately, like any welder or engineer. Oh, Mindbreak Trap, sick. Okay, we're just, I don't know. Do we want to cycle this? See if we hit Force. We got lucky on the decay. Huh, okay, never mind. All right, we're out. Well, we didn't show them the Voidwalker. Yeah, I think we just try the same 60 here. All right, so good to know about the Mindbreak Traps. Yeah, let's keep this banger. I don't think you tend to lose these games with this sort of hand on the play versus that deck. We just have to not play into Mindbreak Trap. What would kill us here is if they can somehow get like a turn 1 Blood Moon or Magas of the Moon. But I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put a blue card on top, which is one way you could go about it if you're worried about like losing it to a turn 1 combo. Like if this was Reanimate, I'd be tempted to just put like another Force of Will on top that I could Street Wraith into, and then I would, after that, just like put a couple of cyclers and what do you call it, the Oracle. But against this deck, where I'm not sure one Force of, like, first of all, I'm not worried about losing to them on their first turn. They're only going to get one turn. So I don't need the Force of Will to protect myself that way. And I like, if they've shown us Lotus Petal, so if they just go like Mountain Lotus Petal, then they have the ability, they're representing 2 Red Blasts, which is enough to beat the 1 Force of Will. So, yeah. Why don't we just go Dark Ritual Doomsday here. And then we need the Cavern, the Thassa, and then Street Wraith, an Edge, and another Edge. And so we need to put Oracle on the bottom to get both both Edge of Autumns through here. So Thassa on the bottom, then Cavern. There's also a world where they're able to like get to like activate Grindstone. Like play Grindstone activated, they would need 4 mana, but that's not impossible. Like double Petal, Ancient Tomb, Grindstone. But in that case, I think we're still fine. Well, maybe. Like, if they do that, and we have to, like, decide when we cycle. They get us here if... Oh, okay. That's an annoying draw from them. We can't cycle the Edge of Autumns. So I think I'm just gonna let this resolve. I mean, they likely name Edge of Autumn here as well, because they just saw a cycle a Street Wraith. I kind of hope they name second Street Wraith so that I'm able to double cycle the like both edges. But in either case, this is going to slow us down. And if they do end up finding a second like or a Grindstone, yeah, Edge of Autumn. Yikes! Just don't also have Grindstone, please. If they have Grindstone here, I think they win. Goblin Engineer, right? Okay. So that needs red mana to activate. And they would also need mana to... Oh my god. Okay, that's actually not a problem, the Thorn of Amethyst, because we're not casting any non-creature spells for the rest of the game. Okay, I'm gonna play out the Delta here. Alright, I mean, a lot of things can actually just mess us up now. Okay, I'm gonna try and incentivize them into... Oh, hang on, no, I wasn't meant to cast it, I was meant to, like, pretend like I was, like paying costs. Never mind. Now I can't do what I wanted to do. But what I wanted to do was trigger them into like thinking they needed to like engineer in the thorn, and then like they would have to remove their pithing needle. Okay, never mind. So it is all about this next turn here. If they're able to remove my Underground Sea or get Grindstone into play, like one of those two things. And they win, and I think if not, then they don't. Okay. Well, I mean, this at least makes Grindstone cost one more mana. Or is the Saga? Well, that's a Grindstone in a few turns, but Pithing Needle. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna cycle a Street Wraith here, and then hopefully it won't matter anymore. They're probably going to name Blue to Delta here. Or I don't know if they probably are. I don't think they should because there's only one card left in the deck. So if it is the land I was going to fetch for Delta, they can piece together that I'm going to draw that anyways. All right, well, I mean, let's hope they don't have some shenanigans where they can like bounce a spell from the stack. But I don't think red gets to do that often. All right, they choose Lotus Petal, which doesn't work, in case you were wondering. The clause down at the bottom of this card says that abilities of sources with the chosen name can be activated unless they're mana abilities, which Lotus Petal is. So, but that's fine. A lot of people make that mistake, and for some people it's not even like a mistake. It's something maybe they try to trick you into like maybe making me think, oh, I can't use my Lotus Petal. Oh, that's a bummer. All right, sweet. We got the win. Let's go on to round number 3. All right, on the draw again. Once again for round number 3. Gonna keep this hand. This is yeah, it's a pretty good hand, I think. It sucks losing the Consider to the Force if I need to do that. So I could lose the Peak, I suppose, but I kind of value Peak more, at least if it's versus a blue matchup. But oh, looks like it's not. It's like Reanimator maybe. Entomb. Yeah, how about no Scott? I hope I don't get griefed here. So how about we just draw Doomsday to win the game? That'd be kind of nice. Ah, bummer. Okay. Okay, let's pass. No real need to like cast a Consider now. May as well cast it on the end of their turn or during their turn if we need to spike like a Daze or something. All right. This is Faithless Looting maybe? Okay, no. Alright, looks like they're passing. I'm going to consider here. Again, drawing Doomsday wins this if they are what I think they are and don't have anything, any means to interact. I don't think we need the third Dark Ritual. So this gives away what we're doing in a pretty big way. So I could cycle Street Wraith, but if they actually have, if they actually have like an animate, like reanimate, maybe I'm supposed to cycle the edge instead. I know that seems pretty horrible in terms of card disadvantage and stuff, but oh, bummer. But we do have, like, we're not gonna, I don't think mana is gonna be the issue in this matchup. But now I'm sort of, we're kind of sinking fast here. We could like spewed off 2 Dark Rituals to cast the Street Wraith, but I don't expect like them to give us 6 turns to just go sideways. They do seem to not be able to do anything here. Okay, I'm gonna Street Wraith here now. Give up the ghost and oh, come on. Come on, deck. Let's go. If they actually use reanimate here, then I would be tempted to go Dark Ritual Street Wraith myself because they'll be at 12 then. Then I'll go to 13, they'll go to 9. Yeah, that's what seems to be what's happening. I guess I will have to fetch unless I want to spend both Dark Rituals. I could also just like draw a Doomsday or a cantrip here. How about that? Or keep drawing lands forever. Doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm not going to go for this. I'm going to also bank that I can do something in 5 turns. They probably have a second like reanimation spell, or else it seems a little bit loose to actually just use it on this, but who knows. Okay, I'm going to let them Thoughtseize here. The only real take is the Street Wraith, I think. And I don't think... I'm not going to cycle Street Wraith and then draw like Brainstorm. Well, I guess if I draw Brainstorm, I can cast it, but if I draw like Doomsday, that would just be the worst. Okay. So they're down to 11, but I don't think their life total is going to end up mattering. Come on, how about a cantrip? How about a sweet, sweet cantrip? Yes, the best one. Okay, so let's put back like a ritual and a land, I guess. And I think we brainstorm again, honestly. If we hit Doomsday, we win. We have the shuffler. It's all good. No Doomsday. Let's okay. Let's pass, and then I'll like peek on their turn. If they don't do anything, I'll just peek at the end of their turn, and if they cast something, I might just peek to see if I need to force. Oh, now they have white, so they could have like a chant. Not sure these decks play that in the main deck, but we'll find out soon, I think. I could fetch Trop here in case I draw Veil. I think I'm going to do that. It does mean that if I somehow lose my Dark Ritual, like if they end up getting a discard spell through, then I can't play Doomsday, but I think the game is going to be over pretty soon, one way or the other. Let's see what they have. Okay, they have Double Exhume and then Gristlebrand. And we draw Night's Whisper. Okay. Personal Tutor. Okay, so we have 3/5 mana. I think we just yeah, I think we Personal Tutor and pass. We could like cast Night's Whisper to draw it, but then we'd be at 6. Yeah, no, I think this is fine. We know their hand. There's not one card. Like if they draw, I don't know, whatever, Grief or Unmask or Faithless Looting. I guess Faithless Looting actually. Faithless Looting would be pretty bad. No, don't tell me you spike the Faithless Looting. Fuck me. Well, at least like, gosh, I don't know. What's the thing here? I'll be at 6. I'll be at 7. I'll be at 4. So if I both Force of Will and take 3, I'll be at 4, which means Doomsday will put me at 2, which means Night's Whisper no longer works. So I think I have to force this. They flash it back, but then they also need to hit like a second land. I can't pitch Brainstorm because due to the aforementioned reason that I won't be able to cast Night's Whisper, so otherwise Days would have been great. Okay, so now they flash it back. If they hit a land or a Lotus Petal or a Dark Ritual, they get to do what they want. But at that point, okay, I'm guessing they're just gonna attack and then do it. Okay, so they're tapping out of like Silence and Chant, so I'm guessing they don't have that. Okay, so now they have 6 cards, and they'll put probably just the 2 Gristlebrands in. Yep. And did they find the land? They did. So they're gonna exhume. If they exhume here, I think they just lose. Because then I get my Street Wraith back. They'll be at... Oh, never mind. Exhume. Yeah, if they exhume and then use Gristlebrand, then they'll be at 1 life. I don't think I get to choose here. I think it just goes into play. Yeah. So I think they have to pass. Unless they are confident they can get to Archon. And even if that oh no, if they get to Archon, then we lose because then we'll be at 1 life. And not able to Doomsday for that reason. If they don't do anything else here, like if they just discard my hand, then they, like I said, they just lose to the Street Wraith. Swamp Walk. So they bin reanimate. Do I brainstorm? I think I brainstorm here. And see if I hit like Veil or something. Not sure this really matters that much. Probably go like this. I don't think I'll be casting Doomsday now. So they would need like another. We know they have Exhume in hand, so they have like they drew a Lotus Petal, a Dark Ritual, and an Entomb. That would do it. So let's hope that they didn't. Well, they're passing. Okay. Did they forget about Swamp Walk? Street Wraith, get in there. All right, sweet. That was an alternative way to beat Reanimator in game 1. All right, so we want the extra Veils. We want the Dothies, the Forces of Negation, and the Tormod's Crypt. Actually, we have quite a lot of hate to bring in here. So let's cut a couple of Cyclers. Let's cut probably Night's Whisper and probably Personal Tutor, or at least one of them. I don't want to cut any of my fast mana because I just want to blitz towards Dothy if I can. They're likely to bring in a pivot like Show and Tell or whatever, but still. Okay, so we have to cut 4 more cards. So let's cut the second Personal Tutor. Let's cut the Peaks probably. And do we keep in Consider an LED? I mean, yeah, let's do it. So we have 21 blue cards. I think that's fine. Yep. This works for me. And they keep 7 as well. So I mean, we can get turn 1 here if they just go like grief, grief, and then go off, or unmask then go off. But if that, I mean, they did keep 7, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Kind of hope this is just faithless looting. This hand absolutely slaps on the play. Okay, I'm gonna let them entomb, because we have Tormod's Crypt. There's Atraxa. They're just passing. Yes. Okay. Now I feel like really good about where we are. We even get to Veil of Summer them if they have the audacity to throw a discard spell our way. So I think stuff to watch out for in the terms of jukes is like Mags of the Moon, and the aforementioned Silence or Chance, which of course are different things that attack us differently. Thoughtseize, target me. Okay, I'm gonna Veil. I'm gonna Veil off of Bayou because that way I am on course to play this Doomsday eventually. Veil of Summer. Nice. I guess I can Thoughtseize you. See if they have like a show and tell or something naughty. I think I just take the second Entomb, so they can't like reload as easily. And then I'm gonna ponder. I'm gonna go looking for that third land. I would love to find like land in order to be able to. Oh, yeah. I think I'm gonna shuffle these. Great cards though they may be. So what's this? Animate Dead probably. They're just gonna rip off the Band-Aid. So I have to use this. And now their hand is Gristlebrand plus Dark Ritual plus Mystery card. Alright, we drew a Voidwalker, which I think takes precedence here. So let's, and then you know what? What fun things can happen next turn? We can Thoughtseize their Gristlebrand and play their Gristlebrand. Okay, there's a Dark Writ. Is this Grief maybe? Yeah, it's Grief. I'm just gonna force that. Put that into the void. I want my Gristlebrand, you see? Or, you know, I could just go for the win instead. I think maybe that's better. Just make sure I didn't board out the LED. I forgot here. No, I didn't. Nor the Consider. Okay, that's what has a void counter here? Dark Ritual. I suppose I didn't even need to draw that Dark Ritual then. We can grief them. I think that's actually probably a good use of this Voidwalker before we go off, just in case they have like a surgical extraction or something. So let's cast this grief. Alright, let's put Animate Dead in there. Let's cast Doomsday. Okay, and they concede. Sweet. 3-0. How about that? Let's go for round number 4. Right on the draw once more. Gonna keep, though I don't have a blue land, but I do have a Lotus Petal. And we have Veil and Thoughtseize. We have some good cards here. Personal Tutor to find Doomsday. Alright, opponent mulliganed to 6 and decided to keep. They have a Lotus Petal. And they're passing. Interesting. Very interesting. I think I'm going to play this Delta here and just pass. So we can fetch, Trop, and Veil plus Daze in a pinch. Though fetching Trop isn't ideal if we want to be hard casting Doomsday. Uh-oh. Hope this isn't opposition agent coming at me. Okay, I'm gonna actually Thoughtseize them here. This could be Orcish Bowmasters, which is also gonna get dazed. Oof. Oof. Ugh, that's terrible. I hate nothing more than being veiled. At least it cost them a pedal, so it's like we're card neutral. I think I'm just gonna pass here. I really don't want to fetch Trop, but I also am worried about fetching just like in general. Okay, that's a huge relief, that draw. Okay, I'm gonna get Underground Sea here and cast Personal Tutor. And let's see what'll happen. Not sure what this is. It's like Turbo Depths or Storm that just drew like weirdly. Yeah, not Turbo Depths. Okay, I'm gonna cast Doomsday here. And if it resolves, I'm going to put a tropical island on top of my deck. So this tropical island will find me, well, will get Street Wraithed into and protect me versus tendrils or whatever is going on over there. And then I'll just draw some more cyclers, and Thassa, I think, is basically what I'm going to be up to here. So I'll be taking 6 damage, so I'll be at 9, so I'll be at 3, 2 with the force, so that's fine. Alright, Thassa on the bottom, then the cyclers, and then no, I'm preemptively playing the Trop here. If they like add Naws here, I'm gonna force. If they beseech, I force. If they just have like tutor for tendrils or whatever, or just tendrils, then I have to veil. I could lose beseech the mirror. So they beseech without bargain. That probably means they're getting the tendrils. So I'm just gonna let them do that and tap out and lose to my veil. Not sure why they wouldn't bargain the Vault of Whispers if it was like a ploy to make me not counter it. Okay, so this is just good old honest Ant circa 2023. So again, I feel somewhat okay in these combo mirrors, especially with the green splash. A little bit unpleasant to play against like the what do you call it? The Urza's Saga part of their deck if they have such a part. And I'm also not sure if I need like 3 of each of these creatures, but I think 2 of each is fine. Maybe the crypts. I mean, on the other end, the Bowmasters doesn't really do anything except stop like brainstorm and act as a clock. Let's cut the personal tutors, cut the Knight's Whisper, cut a couple of cyclers. I don't know. Peak. Let's actually cut Consider and LED. And maybe I'll just cut the Bowmasters all together. Like, I'm not even sure like if I get them with like a Bowmaster in response to Brainstorm that's actually that good. Okay, this is a pretty swell hand. Sucks to be on the draw here, but sometimes you I don't know. It's still a pretty good hand. They keep 7. Mishra's Bauble, sure. Bauble themselves, so they have a fetch land. Hope they like what they saw so they don't fetch and don't do anything. Okay. So I'm gonna... They could play Flusterstorm here, which would be like really annoying. But I don't think I'm gonna play around that. If they have it, it's a 2-for-1. I mean, that's probably acceptable. So probably Veil of Summer, Thassa. We have to be careful with Veil because we have to factor in whether or not we can afford to draw the extra card. Don't think we'll need Cavern of Souls. So maybe just some cyclers. So go like that. And so we put Trop on the bottom, then Thassa, then the cyclers, and then draw the Veil. And we can play the Tormod script here and feel somewhat good about our position. So what we lose to here is we lose to like Dress Down backed up with Veil of Summer. And the pile we built doesn't play around that. So let's hope they don't have that. I think they need to act now. And they are acting now. Dark Ritual, sure. So they can go off through the graveyard. If they can just get to natural tendrils here, so like if they have Beseech the Mirror and Veil of Summer as their last cards, then they just win, and we can't do anything about that. Yeah, I have to force this, and they have exactly one card in hand, so. Wow, okay, that just happened. Did not expect to get away with that. Alright, so I'm gonna... It could be Dress Down in their hand, or it could be just another land. Well, there's a land. Kind of want them to just, like, Thoughtseize me here or something. So that I know, no, nothing can happen. Or Infernal Tutor. Aw, come on, don't. That's so sick if they have the Dress Down. I can't do anything about this. Let's hope this is, like, I don't know, a discard spell or something. Alright, did you come packing Dress Down? It's a fairly common card in this archetype, I think, because it's pretty good to, like, turn off Canonists and Thalias and whatnot. Oh, okay, I guess not. Alright, sweet, 4-0, how about that? So we have a trophy match coming up. Alright, on the play for the first time in this league in round number 5. Yeah, let's keep this. It's a Dark Ritual away from greatness. I think I'm actually going to cast a Ponder on turn 1, go looking for that Dark Writ. The question is, do I run out my Trop or my C? C is like the fastest way to just naturally casting the Doomsday, so probably that's where we want to be at. But then if we get hit by Wasteland, it's not so good. Yeah, let's draw this Daze, and then we'll draw another Ponder next turn. And then there's a Petal. Grove of the Burn Willows. Okay. So a lands strategy of sorts, I would guess. So let's hope to find a land alongside that Petal. Yay. Okay. Let's just draw the land, shall we? So let's hope to fade a Wasteland this turn, and yeah, it was really actually not the smartest to ponder off of Trop, because we have Veil and there's, like, I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess if we find Dark Ritual, actually. So Sylvan Library, okay. So we can... I think we actually force this. If they have the Endurance, which is the primary card we're trying to play around here, then it's obviously a shame for us. But I think letting them, like, casting Doomsday and then letting them untap with Wasteland, with Sylvan, just lets them, like, I don't know, find a Wasteland and a crop rotation to, like, clear 2 of our lands with wastelands or something to that effect. Okay, so let's I'm really not sure exactly what pile to build here, but probably it just involves a brainstorm and a same turn win that doesn't care about like the chance that they have endurance, exactly endurance in their last few cards here. So let's they can even wasteland us twice. It's actually fine. I would like be pretty upset with a sphere of resistance if it's sphere lands, but can't play around everything and can't really play around it honestly. Let's grab like this. Oh no, hang on. We only need 1 cycler and we need LED. And then the cycler, and then we need to just draw Brainstorm as the first card. If they crop rotation here, I think I daze it. Reclaimer, sure, that has summoning sickness. Alright, well, I mean, you have endurance or you're dead, I think is how this goes. Let's put, it doesn't really matter. Veil of Summer is what's going to get considered away. Giving up on days. I suppose we don't have to give up on days yet. We can sack the LED with Consider on the stack. So, do you have endurance? And a green card, I suppose. We need to specify here. Okay, they don't. Sweet. Okay, so lands. Reclaimer lands. I don't have a lot for this matchup. Tormod's Crypt is our answer to endurance out of decks like these, but I'm not really too comfortable with that. But yeah, maybe. I don't think like Dothy Voidwalker kind of makes their reclaimers worse, makes loam not a thing. But if they just find like Ursa Saga, I don't really want to be there for that. I think having the 1 abrupt decay is probably fine, and I think having a couple of extra force effects for like Sphere of Resistance is pretty good. So let's cut the veil, veils plural, and probably the Night's Whispers. Don't think the game is going to be about that. I'm not sure. I think Night's Whisper is mostly for blue matchups. It's also like it's a fine card on rate. But I don't think like grinding against lands is what we want to be doing. And having Peak is certainly not a bad card, which sometimes you want to board out against like the non-blue decks, but it's really, really clutch to know if you're having to build a pile around like a Mind Break Trap but mostly like I guess endurance or whatever. So, oh, this hand is not good. The Cavern of Souls and the Thassa is both pretty bad. So I'm actually gonna mulligan this. Ugh. This is also pretty bad. I'm gonna mulligan. Yeah, I'll keep this. Let's bottom a Force of Will and Consider. And let's be diligent about what we aim Force of Will at. Mox Diamond, no, that's not it. So 3 cards left. Sphere, Sylvan Library. Yeah, I'm gonna force that. Just gonna snap off Force of Will on that. Absolutely not interested in opponent having that card. How about a Dark Ritual? Polluted Delta is not the worst. Can sort of play around Wasteland for a turn. So opponent kept 6, I kept 5. Then they Mox Diamond, which is card disadvantage, and then I forced. So we're sort of still on that. They have 1 more card than me, but then I'm on the draw, so I don't know. Okay, they went to pay costs and then didn't do anything. which, yeah, I'm sort of worried about like any clock here. Like I really don't want to see like Knight of the Reliquary or something. Oh, Wasteland. Okay, so you get to Wasteland. Still in the market for a Dark Ritual or a Petal. I think I'll keep hold of the Street Wraith. They have more Wastelands. Or like Life from the Loam would also be quite the beating here. Come on, just pass, please. Choke. Okay. Choke is a meanie. Oh. Oh. Yes, please. Wow, that was an insane draw. Okay. Well, only gonna lose one card here. I like one Underground Sea. And so we have to respect them having, like, they have the Red Blast. So we're gonna build a pile that has Cavern of Souls. And it's also going to have a land to fetch with the Underground Sea. So let's put in like Tropical Island. It's going to have Tormod's Crypt because we want to play around Endurance. It's going to have Thassa's Oracle for obvious Oracle reasons. And I think Edge of Autumn to round it out. So I think I'm gonna put Trop on the bottom, then Cavern, then Thassa, then Crypt. I'm actually not going to. Oh, hang on. I'm gonna put Crypt and then Edge. So if they surgical here, we can Street Wraith into Edge into Crypt and have the Crypt. And if they, and I didn't want to play the Crypt the same turn because like I'm not worried about Endurance right here and now, and B, like I don't think. I didn't want to play it into like Mindbreak Trap, I guess, although that's maybe a little bit of a weak reasoning. So if they can play like a Knight of the Reliquary here, that's probably one of their best moves. Okay, they're crop rotating something. And if they're going for a Wasteland, I think I'm gonna cycle Street Wraith and then cycle Edge of Autumn. Actually, no, it doesn't matter. This other Underground Sea is just as dead. So they can cast Endurance right now. And if they were to do that, then that would have been the time. Okay, there's a forest. Alright, so I'm going to cycle Edge of Autumn. And then I'm going to fetch. And then I'm going to play Cavern of Souls. And let's see if that's good enough. Or do they have some like stifle effect or something like that? Ah, they had nothing. Skadoosh. Trophy. Lock it in. Awesome. All right, well, we somehow found a trophy on the week after I was complaining about how I didn't feel like the legacy meta was sort of shaped up for Doomsday. So there you go. I mean, nothing like this doesn't prove anything or anything, but it's nice nevertheless. We didn't face any blue deck, which is, you know, that's the blue decks were sort of the decks I had on my radar here. Like I was hoping to beat 4-color and probably lose to Scam. Instead, we faced basically like 3 combo decks that we all beat, and then 8 cast and lands to round it up. So really stoked about it. Honestly, I feel like we got most of the 75 cards sort of humming and hawing. I felt like maybe the Bowmasters never really got to do anything, but Dothia was good versus Reanimator. Veil of Summer was also very good there. Yeah, I mean, just all in all, a strong showing by the deck. That definitely is, I think, encouraging, and I do feel like this is a somewhat like solid uh, sort of spot to be in with Doomsday right now. But anyways, like if you have any thoughts or any comments about what you like where you want to go with Doomsday and like what do you think about like splashing green versus not splashing green or should we be splashing white or whatever, hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And thanks a lot for watching. I'll be back with some more Legacy. Bye bye.